Hi Year 4, and I hope you had a lovely day yesterday and you managed to watch the Hagley Remembrance Day service. It was really beautiful, wasn't it? And very moving. There were some lovely prayers and some lovely readings and beautiful music as well. So we were very lucky to be able to share that with Hagley, so thank you to them. Okay, so I'm just going to talk a bit about today's learning. Okay, so first of all, you're going to start off with maths today, and you're going to be doing addition using two 3-digit numbers. Okay, you are going to be using exchange today, going across from tens to and hundreds. Okay, so remember, if the numbers add up to 10 or more, you're going to use exchange. Keep those digits in the correct columns so that you don't get confused when adding up. And don't forget, if you've exchanged, you need to make sure you add all the numbers, the exchange ones as well. Okay, so after that you're going to be doing some more of your English, and you are going to be doing instructions today. Okay, so you're going to write instructions for how to make a robot. So this carries on from your Girl and Robot work, which you've been working on all week. There is an example on your teaching slides of some instruction writing, and I'm going to just talk about the features very quickly with you as well. Okay, so when we're writing instructions then, we need a heading, we need a title that tells us what the instructions are for. Okay, so you're going to be writing instructions on how to make a robot. Earlier in the week I said to you to keep some recycling things for making your robot on Friday. So obviously when you're writing your instructions today, think about the resources that you've already got, what you've collected this week, because there's no good putting things in your instructions that you don't have the resources for. Okay, so we've got a title. You're going to do an introduction. What are you making? And a brief introduction to what you're doing, what you're using, and so on. It only needs to be brief. You can use pictures. It's always good when you're making something to have a finished picture, because otherwise, if you were making a recipe, you're not quite sure what it looks like. So you want something to compare it to, and that visual picture, you know kind of what you're aiming for as you're making it, don't you? So draw a picture of what you're expecting your robot to look like on Friday when you've made it in your instructions. So you'll do a resource list, so people need to know what they're using. So you might be using cereal boxes, tubes, so on, things that you've collected, but also you'll need the tools and equipment, won't you? So you might need scissors, okay, and you might need glue, sellotape, so on. So any things that you are going to be expecting to use when you make your robot, you need to put in your resources list. Okay, so then you are going to write the method out of how to make the robot. Okay, now with instructions we number them, don't we, so that we don't get confused, because we have to follow instructions in an order. Now instructions are quite precise and to the point. They don't need to be long and detailed, they need to be very clear. When we're writing instructions, often an instruction will start with an imperative verb, or sometimes we've known them as bossy verbs. Okay, so words that tell you exactly what you're doing. Okay, so glue the arm onto the box. Okay, cut the tube in half. Okay, so those words that start the sentence that tell us exactly what we're doing: glue, cut, put. Okay, so hopefully you're going to be able to write your instructions today, and then you're going to be making your robot tomorrow. So I'm really looking forward to reading your instructions, and I'm really looking forward to seeing photos of your robots. Okay, so enjoy, have fun. This afternoon's lessons, you're going to be carrying on with your RE. So we've been doing our topic, Jesus teaches us to pray. We've been learning a lot about the Jewish faith. Okay, today we're going to be looking at a story about Jesus when he was a child, and when he visited the temple. And the temple in Jesus' time was a very important part of the Jewish faith, and visiting the temple. So I have, as well as this video, there will be another video on school life on the home learning page, which is me talking over the slides for RE. So it gives a bit more of an explanation for you. You've also got the slide on their own as well, which will be better for you to look back on, because you might not be able to see my screen particularly well with me talking over it, because I've recorded it on my phone, and you know me with technology, children, it's probably shaking all over the place. You will probably feel dizzy by the time you finish that video. Okay, so but it might be useful just to listen to my explanations, and then use the other teaching slides for you to do your independent tasks, because you'll be able to read those easier. Okay then, so in RE then you are going to be reading the Psalm 122, okay, which in Jesus's time may have been sung by children, and particularly as they were going to the temple maybe. So it would be nice if you could put some actions together for the psalm, as if you were singing it, and you might want to practice it, you might want to put a tune to the psalm, and you might want to show it to your family. I'm sure they'd love to see it. So just thinking of some actions that you could use, the ones that, think about what we use in school when during our hymns and the songs we learn in the hall, and there's different actions that we've used, isn't there? We have king, we have say and speak or sing, so different actions that you can think of, and you might be able to think of some of your own. Okay. Right then, so after you've done that, you're going to be looking at the Jesus in the temple story, and I really like this story because it's of Jesus when he was a little boy, and we don't really have many stories of Jesus as a child, do we? So it's kind of, we forget, we think of baby Jesus being born in the manger, in the stable, and then we get lots of stories about him when he's older. We don't get very many about him in between, do we? So I think it's a really nice story of him as a child, just like you, doing the things that children do. So when he goes to the temple, it's quite an exciting and dramatic visit. Okay, so you've got the story and then you've got a video to watch. So once you've done that, you're going to do a diary entry, which I explain further in the RE talkover. Okay, so there's lots of explanation for you. So you're going to do diary entry as Mary or Joseph, whichever you want to do. Okay, following that then, you've got a really fun music lesson, and this is all about body percussion. Okay, and you are going to write some body percussion yourself on a chart. So it shows you some symbols that you could use. So hands maybe for clapping, feet for stamping, and you're going to use those symbols to make your own body percussion. Okay, and then again, you can give it to somebody in your family and see if they can follow your body percussion. Okay, so I hope you have a good day, Year 4, and I look forward to speaking to you tomorrow. And thank you for all your work. It's lovely to see. I can see you're all really busy, and it's great to hear that you're engaged with the learning. So have another good day. Send me in all your work. It's lovely to see, and I will speak to you tomorrow. Bye, Year 4.